Hello, everyone. Welcome to the next edition of Language Talks. I am privileged to introduce you to an illustrious guest in the language industry, Mrs. Madhuri Datar. She is the founder and proprietor of the Language Services Bureau, and she holds a master's degree in French, psychology, and linguistics, and a diploma from IMDR. She holds a number of diplomas in different foreign languages like French, German, Japanese, and Russian. She has worked in the Bombay CID as an interpreter cum translator in foreign languages, which is a very unique and solitary post with the Department of Immigration of the Government of Maharashtra. While in Mumbai, she has been a member of the Indo-Scandinavian Trade and Cultural Association, Mumbai Marathi Sahitya Sangha, Indo-Japanese Association, Maximula Bhavan, Alliance Process, etc. She was awarded the Industry Pioneer Award in 2018 in December by Midas Trophy for her contribution to the language industry for over 40 years. Welcome to the show, ma'am.
Hello. Hello, everybody. Hello. Very nice meeting you.
Likewise. Ma'am, you have been in the language field for more than 40 years. I would like to ask you, how did you begin to learn languages and so many languages?
Well, the first language I started with was French. And actually, I had a dream of becoming an air hostess. So I thought that I should learn one foreign language, which will give me some good opportunity. But as my parents explained it to me that if I want to visit all the world, if I want to see the world, it's not only by becoming an air hostess, but I can reach the top in any subject, and then I can get an opportunity to visit the world just as I wanted. So then already I had chosen French as my main subject for graduation.
Okay.
Then second language I chose was German, because in Pune it is very easy. It was very easily available with Max Muller Bhavan. Right. And it was a very nice choice, I think, because they have a direct method of teaching, which gives a different angle of learning a language.
Okay.
So I found it very nice, and these both languages only gave me an opportunity to become an interpreter cum translator with Bombay CID.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is very interesting.
Yeah. And that too, I gave there to give them that interview just because of one of my friends. She said, let us go and give the interview at least. Who knows? We will not be, it's not sure that we will be selected and we will have to shift to Bombay, because I was doing MA at that time. It was not finished. So I just as some experience, I went to give that interview. And they asked me if I knew any third language, particularly Arabic. So I told them that I don't know Arabic language, but given a choice, I would like to learn it. So probably that they found very interesting, and they offered me that job. So then it was a tough choice to make, whether to complete MA first or whether to take that opportunity. Okay. So I asked them if I can continue my MA, because it was sometime in January, I think. So by May end, I would have completed my MA. So they said that you join first, and then we'll see, we'll give you facilities to attend your lectures also. And all my colleagues, friends, as well as our professor at that time, late Professor Salkar, he also agreed. And then they adjusted all the lectures on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So I used to come to Pune every Thursday evening, attend the classes, and then go to Bombay on Monday morning. So that is how I completed my MA. And when they saw this, my anxiety to attend the classes and be present in the office also, Some of my colleagues told me that why don't you take a pass for Indian Airlines? Then I said, it was like a dream again. I said, I don't know. How can I get the pass? Because I'm not a student. I already have joined a service. And they said, but still you are a student, so you will get it. And that is how I used to fly to Pune every Thursday evening and from Pune to Bombay every Monday morning.
Wonderful.
Yeah, it was really a wonderful experience. And then in Bombay, they also gave me the facilities to attend classes for Japanese, for Russian. And also they made arrangements for teaching me Arabic. Otherwise, it was impossible. Nobody is generally ready to teach Arabic. But it was possible because they made the arrangements. So this is how I added those 3 languages also. So this is, by that time I learned 5 languages and I was using all them all very thoroughly because as a interpreter for foreigners that were visiting our office every day, as well as for the foreigners who were government's guest also. As a protocol, I had to accompany them also. And it was again a wonderful experience. So I was very lucky, I think. And because of languages only, I got all these opportunities.
That's right.
After marriage, my husband thought that I should continue the job. So for about 1 or 2 years, I continued from coming from Pune to Bombay every day by Deccan Queen and going back. But then my mother-in-law was opposing it. She said, this is too much. So then he made took an appointment for me with Mr. S.L. Kirloskar, then chairman. So then when I met him, he asked me, why do you want to leave that job? So I told him that because it is too much of traveling every day. He said, what is the great thing? I am also traveling so many days in a month. So then I said, I feel that I'm wasting every day my 7-8 hours only in traveling. Instead, if I get an opportunity, I will use them for work. I don't mind working for more hours. And this is how I shifted to Pune with Kirloskars.
Okay.
Then again, they gave me an opportunity to learn further languages. So I continued learning one after the other language because there were inquiries for many languages. And when I said that we will say sorry, he said nothing doing. You learn that language and then we will do that job. But I said, how it is possible? I mean, why they will wait for us? He said, because there is nobody else to do it. So they will wait. And it really happened like that. So this is how I went on learning many languages. And we made arrangements also for that. Some languages I did on my own with the books. It was a tough job, but I enjoyed it all. So this is how I came into this field of languages.
Okay. And ma'am, you started the Language Services Bureau single-handedly. So please tell us about it.
That was also another decision because of my mother-in-law.
Okay.
After I got my first child, for about a month, she saw what is going on. Then immediately I started working at home also. And then after about 2 months, I said, now I will join. I'm going. Then she said, better you leave that job. I said, it is difficult because I am only person in charge of languages. So how it will happen? I mean, how it will be very difficult for them to manage. Then she told me, if you are feeling that they will close, Kirloskar company will be closed after you leave it. It is not, so don't be under that impression. They'll find some solution. But your son will require his mother. So it is a better solution that you leave the job. And when I disclosed it, then I was offered by S.L. Kirloskar said that why you want to abandon your first child? This is your first child. You cannot abandon this all because of your second child. So this is how you take it home, he said. You start it. Actually, I was reluctant. I tried to find reasons, that I don't have any typewriter and there is no typist also. Then he said, that all can be arranged. You don't worry. You start it from home. And this is how I took the decision that, okay, I will leave the job and start it from home. This was very, it was not my single-handed decision, though I started single-handed.
Okay.
It was with the backing of all of them, with my husband also. He was very much interested in all this language business. So he also was there.
Great. Ma'am, you designed courses to suit the students' learning needs. Am I right?
Yeah.
So how did you do it? Please share your experience with us.
Yeah. Actually, what happens when I started teaching languages, there were so many people. First, I started it for engineers going abroad for, say, some training or for some in exchange. For taking up some, for purchasing something or for attending some meetings. Then it was focused only on technical and conversational side of a language. But when some of the students approached me, then I realized that they need to learn the grammar first thoroughly. And then only speaking is not the way to teach them, because that is a short-term arrangement, you can say. For a short visit, you can learn a few sentences and manage the show. But it is not possible. When you're learning it as a subject, you must learn it very thoroughly, starting with the grammar. And it is boring at times. But then I said that for everybody, their needs are to be considered. And then they need to be launched on that course. Because otherwise they will not find it interesting. And once they lose the interest, then they stop understanding also. So it's better, I thought. So for different purpose, I designed some different course. And that gave me a very good result. 100% result, I would say. All my students started topping the class in class. So it was also a nice experience.
Wonderful.
Yeah. Even for children, young children, for below 10 years, I started teaching them some songs, then teaching them the names of colors, names of other things. Some names of weekdays, months, and certain things which they find while teaching them colors. I used to give them paper and pencils of different color and ask them to draw, and then teach them that this is color, which is this color in your mother tongue. So that color's name in that language I would tell. So that is how I started teaching them French or German, basically, because these two languages were very common in Pune.
Right.
And I knew many songs for children, especially.
Okay.
They found it very interesting. Even some Japanese songs. And they find that whole experience very nice. So for young children, they don't understand grammar concepts or anything. So it is not possible to teach them grammar.
Right.
This is how I tried to give different approach to different students.
Okay. I would like to ask, ma'am, Language Services Bureau, you handle technical subjects for translation and interpretation and also teaching. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay. And in which languages?
Well, we are covering more than 150 languages and almost all languages, you can say. Even all Indian languages we are covering.
Okay.
All extreme different languages like Uru and all, or from Assam and all these far ends of India, from very far from us. We don't come across very commonly with these languages, but we are covering those languages also because there is a requirement and growing requirement for Indian languages mainly.
Okay. Great. In addition to technical translations, you are also a literature person. and you write poems and you translate them also.
Yeah.
So can you recite a few for us? I mean, the
Yeah.
original also and the translation also.
Sure. I think I will first recite one Marathi poem which I have written,
Sure.
and then Hindi translation of the same poem.
Okay.
For translation, it is very important not to translate by word.
Okay.
You should get the gist of it.
Okay.
You should get the gist and then try to give it in other languages,
Hmm.
in that particular language with the same shades of meaning,
Okay.
but not word-to-word translation.
Okay.
So this is how you will find in these two languages, this Marathi and Hindi.
Okay.
It is not word to word, but the ideas are transferred. Yeah.
Okay.
आता स्मरती सगळे ते तीव्र उन्हाचे चटके, पण पाठीवरती फिरले ते हात मखमली होते. रणरण लांब दुपारी जाईन तिकडे फरफट सारी, रस्त्यावरती ज्यांनी साथ दिली मम हात धरुनी करी, ते हात मखमली होते, ते हात मखमली होते. वादळ वारे सोसाट्याचे ससे होलपट करीत होते, भोवंडून पण पडता खाली मऊ हिरव्या तृणांकुरावर अवचित ज्यांनी अधर झेलले, ते हात मखमली होते. वळवळाचा तो वादळ वारा अवचित आणि झोडपणारा, धो धो धारा आणि गारा, होते नव्हते तेही सगळे अस्तित्वच मम गारठलेले, मायेचा तो स्पर्श उभेचा देऊन पदरी गुरफटणारे, ते हात मखमली होते, ते हात मखमली होते.
वा वा, मस्त.
त्याचं हिंदीमध्ये केलेलं आहे.
ओके.
सो I will read out the Hindi also.
Sure.
याद आता है अब तक, याद आता है वो अब तक तपती धूप के चटके थे, जो भी मिले अक्सर लेकिन वो सब तो दिल वाले थे. दोपहर की कड़ी धूप में जीवन के हर दो राहे पर जिन आंखों ने राह दिखाई, उनमें नमी थी. जिनकी साथ में राहत पाई, वो सब तो दिल वाले थे. आंधी भी आई थी गिर के, दर दर तरसाया भटकाया, होश भी उड़ जाने वाले थे जब गिरने वाली थी तब जाके. फूल बिछाए मेरे लिए और दिल से जिन्होंने मुझे लगाया, वो सब तो दिल वाले थे, वो सब तो दिल वाले थे. बारिश तो कई बार आ गई, जोरों से आई, सब कुछ लूटा, मुझको कहीं का न छोड़ा. फिर भी प्यारा सा एक सुहाना मंजर मेरे लिए जिन्होंने बनवाया, मेहरबा वो तो जिंदा दिल थे, वो सब तो दिल वाले थे.
व्हेरी नाईस.
शब्दशः न करता कल्पना त्या दुसऱ्या भाषेमध्ये ट्रान्सफर होऊ शकते. त्यानंतर एक लाख म्हणून कविता आहे, फ्रेंच. लामार्किन नावाच्या कवीची आहे, विक्टर ह्युगोच्या बरोबरचा जो होता रोमॅन्टिसिझम मधला. तर त्यांनी ही कविता लिहिली आहे की आता साहजिक फ्रेंच टाईपची आहे, त्याच्यामध्ये मुख्य आहे प्रेम.
मॅडम फ्रेंच पण वाचतो?
फ्रेंच पण वाचते. तर त्याच्यात सुरुवातीला तो जातो, कसं त्याची बॅकग्राऊंड अशी आहे, कवी एका लेक जवळ जातो आणि तिथे त्याला आठवण येते की पूर्वी तो त्याच्या प्रियतमेबरोबर तिथेच गेलेला असतो. बाकी सगळं तसंच असतं. तो म्हणतो सगळं तसंच आहे, काही बदललं नाहीये, फक्त माझी प्रियतमा माझ्या बरोबर नाही, एवढाच बदल झालाय. आणि त्याला खूप आठवणी येतात आणि तो सगळ्या त्या आसपासच्या नेचरला उद्देशून म्हणजे म्हणतो, निसर्गाला, की तुम्ही का नाही त्या आठवणी तुम्ही जपून ठेवल्यात, का नाही तिचं इथं मला जाणवत आहे, ती गेले असं का जाणवते. तर अशा तऱ्हेची ती कविता आहे. तर त्याच्यामध्ये तो म्हणतो तिला त्याच्याबरोबर ती असताना ती म्हणते ज्या वेळेला त्याच निसर्गाला ती म्हणत असते, Autant suspend ton vol et vous, heures propices, suspendez vos cours. Laissez-nous savourer les récits délices les plus beaux de nos jours. Assez de malheureux ici-bas vous implore, coulez, coulez pour eux. Mais je demande en vain quelques moments encore. Le temps m'échappe et fuit. Je dis à cette nuit, sois plus lente et l'aurore va dissiper la nuit. Aimons donc, de l'heure fugitive. Hâtons-nous, jouissons. L'homme n'a point de porte, le temps n'a point de vie. Il coule et nous passons. तर ती असं म्हणते की आता मी मराठीत जी केलेली आहे ती कविता या भागाचा असा आहे, ये सखया माझ जवळ घे जरा, हा क्षण आपुला स्वर्ग धरेवर आण जरा, ना कुठे किनारा पुन्हा मानवा, काठ न कुठला कळी काळला, तो वाहून नेईल पुरा. सुरेख क्षण अत्युच्च क्षणात सुखाचे, धुंदीतयांची कुळी, झिमझिमणारे प्रीती रसाचे दव हे सोनसळी, का वेगाने क्षण हे उडती, दुःखी क्षणांच्या परी, नकोस हेवा करू कळी काला रे तू तरी. ठसे सुद्धा का पुसून जातील काळ समुद्रातीरी, काय पुसटत्या पाय खुणा त्या कायमच्या हरवून. हे क्षण त्याने दिले घेतले परत पुन्हा मागुनी, देईल कारे पुनरपी काळ तोच निर्दयी. अनंता काळ समुद्रा अंधाऱ्या शून्य भूत काळा, गिळून टाकेसी ते दिन अमुचे, काय करीसी त्यांचे. बोल कधी देशील पुनरपी त्या धुंद कळांच्या माळा, स्वर्गीय फुलांच्या वनमाळा या गळा. अरे तलावा अश्म फुलांनो, गिरीकंदरीच्या वृक्षलतांनो, तुम्ही लाडके कळी कालाचे, हात न लाविल तो तुम्हा. जपून ठेव ही रात्र सुगंधी, हृदयी निसर्गा तुझ्या, गोड आठवण फक्त एक तरी. श्वासात तुझ्या, वाऱ्यात तुझ्या, तुझ्या वादळात, तलावात या लाटातून हसऱ्या काठात, कभिन्न काळ्या गगन चुंबी या राक्षस वृक्षात, काठावरल्या दगडा धोंड्यात, वाऱ्याच्या सळसळीत आणि प्रसन्न झुळकीत, काठावरती प्रतिध्वनीतून परतत हळूवार, मुखचंद्रावर तव चमचमणाऱ्या पहाट ताऱ्यात, तळ दाखवत्या अथांग पाण्यात, वाऱ्याची प्रत्येक झुळकती झुळझुळते हे जरे, उसळती लाटण हे गंधित झाले धुके. दिसेल ऐकू येईल जे जे, जे श्वासातून झुले, फक्त म्हणू दे त्यांनी प्रेम इथे केले.
हो, किती सुंदर कल्पना आहे.
ती अशीच्या अशी म्हणजे अगदी परत स्टॅन्झा टू स्टॅन्झा झाले लकीली. करायला बसले सहज म्हणूनच, पण छान झाले. तर खूप प्रत्येकच भाषेमध्ये ती भाषा शिकली की त्या भाषेचं वाङ्मय, कविता, त्याचं सौंदर्य बघता येतं, लुटता येतं आणि एक संपूर्ण वेगळ्याच जगात आपण जातो.
मी आता विचारणारच होते तुम्हाला की व्हॉट अकॉर्डिंग टू यू इज द इम्पॉर्टन्स ऑफ लर्निंग अ लँग्वेज ऑर मेनी लँग्वेजेस. त्यातलं एक तुम्ही आता सांगितलं.
Yeah, it is very important for mainly from the cultural point of view.
Okay.
You come to know through language only, you come to know another culture. If you go there and you can mix up with those people in their native language, they are very open and very frank. They are very happy to receive you. Then they explain to you everything, their ideas, their thoughts behind every action. And this is how you know their culture. Simultaneously, it is also very important to know it because it is very badly necessary for Indians at least. From technical point of view, we are taking technical assistance from many countries. So all these different languages are gaining importance one by one. Initially, only German was used for automobile translations related to automobile industry, and also French was very commonly required. Russian also is very important. All our aeroplane industry, as you can say,
right.
they are buying Russian aeroplanes, and they have also started preparing that, manufacturing them in India, MiG aeroplanes, and they also have started manufacturing all different parts, and we have been given okay by Russians to sell it all over the world. So this is how it is helping exports also.
Right.
And we can make friends in different languages. We can visit different countries. And actually for me, it has given me my whole life. Because of languages, I have been enjoying everything. I got the job also because of languages. Still I am teaching languages. I feel that whatever I know, I should teach others. This is how I am very much interested in teaching also. Because I feel it is giving a different chance, many chances for students, because it opens all different fields. In various fields, there is a requirement of languages. So it is very good to learn at least one language, one foreign language. It is not only English that is important. Actually, more than 65% of the world knowledge is in other languages than in English. So it is good to learn the different new languages apart from English. And mainly one thing, what happens, when you learn a language, it adds to your confidence. Somehow it changes to your totally a different person. You are more confident. Your personality changes. You are more open to whatever comes to you every day. And that is the main benefit, I think. Personal benefit is that you become very confident.
Right.
When I was working with CID, I used to meet at least 100 people a day, and from all different countries, because I was working in a visa department. So that is why I used to meet a lot of foreigners every day. So it made me speak out. It gave me an important impetus to start speaking in different languages also. So basically, I was a very shy person. I never used to speak on my own with anybody, but it totally changed my personality. So this is very important. Apart from monetary part, the benefits of it, these are also very certain more important benefits that one gets.
Correct. So, can you tell us about the changes you have seen in the industry in terms of technology or commerce or services?
First change is that they never used to consider us as professionals in the beginning. Nobody even used to pay us. They would say, French, no? That is why we have given it to you. So, why pay for it? It was an idea which we had to impress on them, that they need to pay for this. It's a type of service that we are providing. So nowadays they look at us as real professionals. But this was the main change I saw. Then secondly, nowadays we are using also machine translation, which is not very correct always. It has its own defaults. But it saves time. It can be used as some aid for translation. It saves on repeated words we get. So they can be, machine translation can be only taken as an assistant. This is what I feel. And now there are many people who are interested in coming these things. Earlier I used to get always a comment, what will you do with all these languages? You are almost, they would always treat me like a fool. Why are you learning all these languages one after the other? What are you going to do with them, they would say. But I was getting chances to learn a different language every time, and I never lost a chance. That is how I kept on learning languages, and I never considered their comments.
You kept on doing your good work, continued it.
Yeah, I continued doing it. I said, I'm getting a chance, why lose it?
Yes, that's right. And you must have seen a lot of changes in the teaching field also, right?
Yeah, in teaching field also now again they are having such capsule courses for even school students. They will be given only a little knowledge and then it's okay. They tell you by heart all these answers and it's okay. But this is how it has become a commercial issue now. It has become more commercial. Earlier, the teachers also used to be very much interested. I remember my Professor Salkar, he told me that you start teaching in somewhere, and he also gave me the chance to, when he came to know that there is a requirement of French teacher, he asked me to go and start teaching French in the Sardar Dasturai school.
Okay.
It was a boys' high school. And in 10th standard, the boys were more than 22, 23 years old.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, all Iranis, Parsis, and they were elder to me also. At that time, I was hardly 17, 18 years old. But he said, no, you must teach because that will give yourself a different approach. You will first have to learn, you will have to learn it first yourself because then you have to face the students' queries. So unless and until you know the themes thoroughly well, you cannot answer some queries. In the class, you will be dumbfounded, and that should not happen. You yourself will realize and you will study better. And it really happened. This is how, I mean, they used to be more interested in teachers. They were more interested in not only in teaching only, but they used to see that it has reached the student. The students are really learning. The students are really getting benefits out of it. So they were very keen in teaching.
Okay.
So this is a difference I feel. Nowadays they are not, they are only, in Marathi as we say, they are not Vidyarthi, they are producing only Pariksharthis.
Okay.
They are interested more in Pariksha exams and not in the actual subject itself, not actual knowledge of that subject. But it is making them pass and then that they are happy with it. Even students and their parents are happy with it.
That is right. That is right.
When they become elder, slightly elder, about 25 or something, around that age, they realize the importance of really learning something.
Okay.
And many students are coming to me at that stage also. They start some job and then they realize that some language is required in that field. Then they come and say, I better learn this language.
Great. Wow. That was a lovely conversation, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
It was nice to know your, thank you for sharing your experience with us.
Yeah. And I would like to advise the students, those who are learning, I would like to advise them that if they are interested in becoming a translator or interpreter, they must focus on both the languages, source language as well as target language. Because if they only knew one language very well, and it happens sometimes they start feeling that they can do the translation or interpretation. But actually it doesn't happen. The translation is not up to the mark. Many times we get this experience. They want some experience, so they say, give us something for translation. But then what they give us is not even up to 50%. They have to strive. They have to work before translating on that subject also and on the words also in both languages. So this is how they should be serious about it. It's a very lucrative job they are being offered nowadays, but they must be very serious about that knowledge of languages.
That is very important. So they cannot come with half-baked knowledge or half information.
We are starting this training for translators and interpreters.
Okay.
how they can avoid mistakes, what are the normal mistakes done, how they can avoid them, and how we can do the fast job. Because in this field, the speed as well as the correctness are the main important parameters, you can say.
Right.
Then money is no problem, but these two things have to be very meted out very correctly.
Yes. But ma'am, you said rightly that there is a speed of learning right now, and it is all commercial. So how do we go about this? Like, if we are learning a language very fast, then we cannot become good translators. That is how it has become. So we have to break that chain somewhere, right?
Yeah, the main thing, as I told, they have to learn both the languages. They have to become master in both languages. They must be able to use the language in their way. Whatever they want to express, they must know the target language also very well. And whatever they're reading, they must understand it thoroughly. For that, they must understand the correct meaning. So they should know the source language also very correctly. They should master both languages, and then the translation is very beautiful. If only one language is quite well learned, and the other one is just they feel that they have learned it, then it doesn't give good results. They should keep on reading also different things in that target language. When they're learning a new language, they should keep on learning. They should keep on listening to TV, and also on YouTube there are many videos for language. So they should get used to hearing also.
Okay.
Whatever is said in that language, they should be able to speak also. They should be able to read also very well. They should, when they read, they should understand simultaneously. They should start thinking in that particular language when they are learning a language. Because if you think of it in English or in your mother tongue, Marathi, Hindi, and then try to translate it, then you tend to do like this in between, because you start looking for some word. Then in the meanwhile, you naturally say, and then the other person comes to somewhere something is wrong. You are not very good at it. So they should start thinking in that language. So this translating, or at the final moment, at the last moment, translating sentences should be avoided. If you start thinking in that language, then you can express yourself better, in a better way. Because you know how to say it in that language. Some phrases you must know, some different expressions you should know. And then you can add beauty to your translation with that.
Good.
Rather than just word-to-word translation.
Wow, that's really great advice. And if, ma'am, people want to reach out to you or the Language Services Bureau, so is the website available?
Yes, we have our website available. Yeah.
Okay.
And say with the same name.
Okay.
We have our office in Pune on Tilak Road.
Okay.
And we are working all 7 days. I am available all 8 days every week because my husband has taught me that there could be no holiday in your work. So you continue working at home. At least I keep on learning something new. I keep on reading. I keep on listening to some new tapes or some new ideas. So it is very nice. You should keep yourself up to date also. You should know what is happening around. You should know what is happening in the world. You should be ready for any situation. Any questions could be asked, for interpretation. If they are talking about some international issue, you should also be able to participate in that. You should also know, once you know their culture, you also know what is to be avoided. As for example, in German, Hitler and all that era is to be avoided. You should not touch it. They don't like it. So certain things you should avoid while talking to those nationals. This is how you should be able to do it.
Wow, great. It was a wonderful conversation, ma'am. And thank you for sharing your experiences with us. And thank you for sparing your time to come and talk to us.
It was a very nice gesture of yours to invite me on this platform, and I'm very happy. I'm very happy to reach to many people. It will give them some good ideas, hopefully.
Certainly, yes, definitely. And thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
And wish you the best for your projects.
Thank you very much.